How are you doing? It's me, the favorite of everyone, from the Black Eagle's house, and Sylvain. Byleth in Smash is an interesting story, introduced to, let's say, lukewarm appeal, and then being kind of out of the scene for a while until one of the top pro players picked them up. Me, I've loved them since their reveal, and I've played them since forever. The character is actually what got me into Fire Emblem, and now I feel so bad because I killed Ignatz and Leone and Dimitri and Ash. Looking into their Smash appearance and their actual in-game abilities, there's an unfortunate gap between the two. Welcome to Moveset Mod, a series where I take the Smash movesets for characters already in the game and remake them from the ground up, to make them more accurate to their character and more fun to play as. Getting right into things, Byleth is a quick and precise brawler and a sword master, mostly using the sword of the creator, but not being afraid to get up close and deck opponents if necessary, as well as occasionally making use of their magical abilities, as the situation calls for. They would do anything to protect the people that are close to them and their students, so I feel this fits. But first, starting off with their appearance. Their basic outfit would be female Byleth in her normal school outfit, followed by male Byleth in his school outfit. The rest of the alternate costumes would simply be other outfits used by the different classes they can take on, such as the Mercenary, War Master, and Enlightened one. Their jab is a 4-hit punch combo that references the Silver Gauntlet's attack animation. This would be fairly quick to come out, surprisingly so, and in between the second and third hits, there is a bigger pause, allowing for quick stopping of the move to chain into something else. It would also be a great kill option at higher percents with the balance of speed and power. For their dash attack, it can stay the same. It's a perfect reference and works well on its own. Byleth's forward tilt has them thrust the sword of the creator forward as a reference to one of the sword attack animations, specifically those used by the Dancer class. For their up tilt, Byleth uses a sort of innovative move that has them punch upwards with the gauntlets in an uppercut motion. It references the animation for the second hit of one of the gauntlet's attacks. This would be a quick move that can be cancelled into after one or two of the jab combo with correct timing, and as such would be a great combo move, starting combos and continuing them well. The current down tilt is quite perfect as it is. I'll be keeping it basically the same. It doesn't really reference anything, but it's just perfect to have as the whip sword. For their forward smash, they have a 2-hit attack that references the critical hit animation for the sword weapon type, starting with a sword slash and finishing with a quick flip kick. Their up smash will be similar to their forward smash, also being a 2-hit critical animation, this time the critical hit for the whip form of the sword of the creator, starting with a slash downwards, then a horizontal slash. It's similar in concept to Hero's fully charged thunder attack, though with less range and power, of course, and of course no lightning effect. Rounding out the smash attacks, Byleth's down smash is a 3rd critical hit animation, this time an alternate sword critical, starting with a quick punch that leads into a low to the ground 360-degree spin with the sword. This smash attack sends at a nasty angle and deals loads of damage. For the aerials, I'll need to innovate a little more since the fire games are entirely ground-based unless you're a wyvern, which would not fit in the moveset. My original idea was to maybe use some wind magic, but Byleth can't actually learn any wind spells at all. So for the neutral air, taking inspiration from the sprite animations for the spell Ragnarok, Byleth casts the spell with a flourish, and 5 fireballs spin around them. This would be mostly used as a combo tool with deceptively small end lag and being incredibly safe on shields due to its disjointed hitboxes. Byleth's forward air is similarly a very simple move, having them slash forwards twice with the Sword of Creator in its normal form. This is a combo move as well, similar to Mii Brawlers, but it is a fantastic kill move when used correctly. For Byleth's down air, they will slam their fist down in a similar way to, once again, Mii Brawler, paying homage to one of the Gauntlet critical hit animations. The up air will be another one of the moves that stays the same. I think it's perfect the way it is. Finally, for the aerials, we have their back air, the most difficult one to come up with a move for. For Byleth's back air, they use an innovative move that has them slashing downwards with a dagger, specifically the dagger on their model at all times. This is less of a reference to anything in specific and more of just a, hey, this goes unused for the most part, let's use this. It's like Joker's back air, being extremely safe on shields and it would be Byleth's best pressuring tool. It would be lightning quick, but would also be good at killing if the situation calls for it. Swiftly moving to the grabs, Byleth grabs the opponent with one hand, sheathing the Sword of the Creator, and pummels with the other hand, with a silver gauntlet on the hand they use to pummel. The pummel they have is the fastest pummel in the game, without sacrificing too much damage. This all references the Grappler class in Fire Emblem Three Houses. For Byleth's forward throw, they simply kick the opponent forwards, referencing a dodge counter-attack with the gauntlets. Byleth's down throw has them use an innovated version of the combat art Grounder, having them spin around while drawing the Sword of the Creator, slashing the opponent at a downward angle, knocking them straight to the ground. Their back throw can also be an innovated move, having Byleth wrap the Sword of the Creator around the opponent in its whip form, dodging behind them and then kicking them away. And finally for the throws, Byleth's up throw can simply be a backflip kick, referencing the second hit of one of the sword critical hit animations, as well as another move they've used before in this moveset. For Byleth's special moves, I wanted to use some of their magical and, well, more specialized abilities. This put me in quite the bind. It was hard to figure out what was and wasn't worth referencing, but eventually I settled on a set that I think is pretty perfect. Starting off with their neutral special, Byleth calls down lightning about 4.5 training mode squares in front of them, using the spell Thunder. This is a fairly precise move, having a bit of a shockwave around it when it lands, but it would be notably weaker than the main hit of the lightning itself. It could be compared to Hero's Frizzika Frizz, as well as Palutena's Up Smash, and it would have fantastic kill power. This wouldn't actually use the basic Fire Emblem casting animation, instead having her start similarly to it before forcefully pushing her palm downwards, at which point the lightning comes down. Byleth's side special has them cast the spell Bolganon, sending forth a wave of fire, carrying foes along and holding them in place for a moment once it reaches the max distance. This would also have a separate animation from the basic casting animations, instead having her raise her palms up, calling the fire up from the ground. Their up special can stay exactly the same as it is now. It's hilarious, and is also a creative use of the whip sword, which I always like to see. Activating Byleth's down special has them use Divine Pulse, tracing back their path for up to 15 seconds, depending on how long the player holds the button, reverting damage numbers and attacks used. This is great for correcting any small mistakes, but it can only be used up to 5 times per game, and it has a hefty cooldown. This will also reverse the timer by as long as you hold the button for, effectively adding more time to games in general. However, as it can be used to help you, it can also just as easily be used as a trap against Byleth, lying in wait to punish the use of the special move. However, it is intangible for the duration of the move, and a deceptive amount of time afterwards, so this can easily be used as counterplay. For Byleth's final smash, a pack of Gerald's mercenaries come rushing forwards, stunning foes in place, before Byleth uses the combat art Sublime Heaven to knock foes away, dealing massive damage and knockback. Includes Byleth's moveset. With these changes, I feel that they can be a much more varied character, as well as a better character, both to play as and to play against in general. It's also good that they reference their home series more, and I think that with these changes, they wouldn't be as hated, or at least as despised as they are currently. Some stat changes, they will be made a lot faster. Yes, I know that all of the Fire Emblem characters in this game are really fast, but Byleth runs like the wind in Fire Emblem, so I think it's fine. They would have fairly average frame data, and pretty alright damage across the board, but nothing too spectacular. And they would be an all-rounder character for the most part. They would have some sortie elements and some brawler elements, but mostly just they're able to do whatever is needed of them. And that, I think, fits perfectly for the child of a mercenary who was built to teach high schoolers. High schoolers? College students? I don't actually know. I think it's So, yeah, that's Byleth for you. Other than that, for taunts, they could simply use their, after-combat animations from in-game, and victory animations could be level-up animations or spending time with their students, such as having a tea party, or having a meal with them. If you want to see more of these, feel free to subscribe. Have a nice life. I'll see you next time.